Good afternoon. As Fit for Work co-president, I'm delighted to welcome you today to this event to introduce the importance of creating a sustainable coalition platform to address the impact of musculoskeletal disorders on European citizens and the economy. As many of you will know, musculoskeletal conditions account for a very large number of the conditions which take people out of work and cause sickness absence. It costs the European countries up to 240 billion euros annually. In these very challenging economic times, this is something we cannot ignore. It's something we simply cannot afford. The Fit for Work coalition in Europe was established in 2010. And in that coalition, there are numerous stakeholders. There are patients, there are health professionals, there are policymakers, and there are society representatives. And together, their voice is so much stronger than each individual singular voice. We believe that early intervention and appropriate treatment, along with sympathetic and good employers, are absolutely essential if we're to keep people with musculoskeletal disorders in work. Over the past 4 years, the Fit for Work coalition has absolutely blossomed. There are over 25 European countries engaged, and this year, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan have joined the coalition. We now want to extend this as wide as we can in Europe. We want to make it that if you have a musculoskeletal condition, you're enabled to stay in work. We don't want you to feel that you have to leave work. We want you supported by all the relevant agencies. And to do this, it's so much better to build a platform, a coalition of the willing within each country, and then for each country to relate to the other countries in Europe. We now believe that Fit for Work is recognised by European leaders. We believe we are being heard within the European Parliament. So I do hope that you will join in and really form a coalition that can add voice and strength to what we're trying to do. As many of you will know, at least 1 in 6 European citizens has a chronic condition or disability which affects their ability to work. This is particularly worrying as we are all living longer, which of course is a good thing, but we're often living longer with many multiple long-term conditions. We also have noted a great increase in obesity in almost all European countries, and obesity is associated with some forms of musculoskeletal disease. So there is an urgency about doing something now. This is not something we can put on the back burner and think we'll do in a year or two's time. We know that keeping people in work is better for their mental health, their physical health, it's better for their families, and indeed it's better for their societies. So there are many good reasons for doing this within Europe. We also know that many patients who have musculoskeletal conditions have considerable pain and discomfort, and many of them are not diagnosed early. Indeed, they're diagnosed late. So part of this movement is to encourage early diagnosis, appropriate management and treatment, and maintenance within their functional capacity. How can we make this coalition really effective? Well, some of the things we need to do are to work together. It's crucially important that we all play our part. If we want to influence the leaders in Europe, then if we're together, we will have more peer pressure, we will be able to support each other, we will be able to share best practice, we will bring information to the table, and we will be encouraging each other. So this is one of the real reasons for making this a coalition rather than doing it alone. We want employers, through our activities, to adopt smart solutions. We want them to be flexible and to support their workers. We know that there can be very good job retention policies. We know that small adjustments in the workplace can make a huge difference to people living with musculoskeletal conditions. And I believe that every health professional, whether they're a doctor, a nurse, or a physiotherapist, or an occupational therapist, should see maintenance in work or return to work as part of their clinical practice. It's something they should do every day for every patient they see. So can I commend to you this coalition within the Netherlands? Can I ask you to support it, to give it your voice, to come together with other people to make it really happen, to make it strong and able to influence nationally within your own parliament, but also to join in with other activities in Europe. Make 2013 the year when we're not only fit for work, but fit for growth in the Netherlands.